Hello, my name is Dr. Charles Martin. I want to thank you for attending my presentation for the Curriculum Specialist position on finding an alternative to traditional presentation tools. I'm sure that you've probably sat in a professional development or a classroom, and as soon as the presenter comes up, they take out their flash drive, pop it in the computer, and immediately opens up a boring PowerPoint presentation. You probably think to yourself, here we go again. You might not say it out loud, but you've definitely grown on the inside. People have watched and listened to PowerPoint ever since they've been in elementary school. Slides with a couple of bullet points, some graphics, you're sitting there listening to it for an hour or two. It's worse than even waterboarding or torture. The problem is that presenters and people and educators don't know how to create interesting and engaging presentations. They don't know that there are more tools than just using PowerPoint. There are tools out there where you can create your own animated cartoon presentations. So what I'm going to talk to you about today is a Web 2.0 tool called Powtoons that's extremely easy to use. It's a great way to get away from boring and mundane assignments and professional developments for teachers and students. It's a better tool and definitely more creative than PowerPoint in that you can create amazing animated presentations that involve fun educational assignments as well as try to include some educational technology tools. If you don't know how to use it, as soon as you log into Powtoons, there are many different animated tutorials that the program provides for you. You don't have to have a design degree or an animation degree. You don't have to have any type of that background in order to use Powtoons. In 15 minutes or less, you can do three things. You can captivate your audience, engage your audience, and explain things to your audience. So today we're going to talk about a couple of the features that are available in Powtoons. The very first thing that's included is a very simple user interface. When you open up your PowerPoint presentation, you look at the presentation interface and there are like 1,000 different tools that you can use. Not with Powtoons. In Powtoons, there are 3 main bars with everything that you need. It allows you to make seamless animated movies without that intense training that an animator needs, as well as all of the practice that they need. You can pick cool and unique objects as well as characters. There are hundreds of different characters that you can look for using just a simple search tool. When you open up your account, don't put a limit on the number of animation presentations that you can create. And you can also take it and directly export it from Powtoons directly to YouTube. You can create a web link, you can upload it to Vimeo, Facebook, or send it to email for sharing with your students or staff. This is really good for the classroom because your students can create their presentations and then take it and post it to your class blog. One of the problems that many teachers in EdTech as well as in regular classrooms have is trying to spark and develop creativity in their students. So with Powtoons, what it allows you to do is to come up with an unlimited amount of different types of lesson ideas. One type could be a teacher introduction, where when you're first introducing yourself to your classroom, you take all of the things that you want to go over for the year, such as your syllabus and your school rules, and you include it in an animated presentation. Think about an idea such as creating a Memorial Day Veterans video, where your students can take a video of themselves, embed it into the presentation, and send it off to a veteran. For instance, you can also summarize a topic, as well as think of some of the different key points in a lesson. Another idea could be creating a commercial for an activity such as a science or social studies lesson. Summarizing topics such as the American Revolution or the Civil War or even a boring economics lesson. You can take it, jazz it up and spice it up and include it in your Powtoons presentation. Book reports. No more boring book reports on American literature or The Great Gatsby or Fahrenheit 451. Take that book report, allow the students to create their own cartoon, and then replace that written book report with an animated cartoon book report. Think about how you would previously introduce new facts, such as using a PowerPoint and coming up with 10 different slides. No more doing that. Take all of your facts, put it into the Powtoons presentation, and in 15 minutes, you can have a creative lesson that's engaging for your students. There are many different, in fact, an infinite number of ways to use software in the classroom. Here's a great example of a teacher named Mr. Frank in my district that is using Powtoons with this classroom. He wanted to do a lesson on the growing problem of human population in the world and the lack thereof of food. He tries to utilize project-based learning in his classroom, so when he was first introduced to Powtoons and he showed it to his class, many of the students in his class responded with clapping, and many of them said that his lesson was extremely awesome. Also, many of the students wanted to know if they could use Powtoon to do their own projects. So by using Powtoons, you can give your students and your teachers a way to use their creativity in the classroom. As I stated before, there are infinite numbers of different types of lessons that you could do. It allows everything to come alive. So instead of having students do a boring written paper, have them take all of the information that they've learned and apply it to an animated cartoon. It allows you to bring some of the creativity and spice up lessons in your classroom as well as in presentations. With Powtoons, there are 3 separate levels for classroom educator licenses. There's a $5 EduPro account where it gives you the basic functionality of Powtoons. The next level up is an $8 basic, and then the very highest is a $16 Elite account, which they charge you over the year, but they divide it into separate months. The main differences are that you will have different time limits for the presentations, as well as the number of features that are unlocked. Now, the great thing about Powtoons is that it lets you try the program for free, although with the free version, there's a time limit that is included, although I'm sure that once you try the free version, you will be more than happy to go on and pay the $5 or up to $16 for the professional account. Now we have to start thinking about the difference between PowerPoint and Powtoon. With PowerPoint, you have endless slides, slide after slide, 2 hours, 3 hours. So many bullet points that are just boring, droning on bullet points. Difficult to embed video, so it's very hard to put video into your PowerPoint slide. And very difficult for you to format and to post a PowerPoint presentation to YouTube. And it also has very old and boring animations. Whereas with Powtoons, video is seamless. There's not as many bullet points and you can easily get your point across. Video is easily embedded within the presentation and it's very easy to post to YouTube or to Vimeo. There are exciting animations that you can use in your presentation. So I think that the answer is very simple as to which tool you should use, and that answer is Powtoon. Thank you for listening to my presentation on Powtoons. Please let me know if you have any questions about using this Web 2.0 presentation software. Thank you again.
Created using Powtoon.